lasses there, all with smiling faces, gathering along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races.
In range. Oh, it's back through Bartes!
1862 on a summer's afternoon, we took the bus from Bambras and she was heavy laden. Where we went along Collingwood Street, that's on the road to Bladen. Whoa, me lads, you should have seen us gunning, passing the folks along the road just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gathering along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races.
Yes, people, welcome back to another video for Sinclair TV. Back again. I've been away for a couple of days because I went up to Newcastle, so I haven't done a live stream since I think it was Thursday or Friday, and I'm trying to get Gemma on as well. If you want to know where Billy is as well, Billy from the Toon review, he'll be on the 4:45, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Afternoon, Gemma. Gemma. It seems I'm having a little bit of problems there as well. So that's a good start, isn't it? So like I said, sort of thing. So guys, like the video, like what you see, give it a like, give a subscribe as well. If you like the super chats, then click on the $sign. And if you also like to become a member, it's just 99p as well. Getting photos over the shop as well. So I do apologize, turn the volume down as well, which is not great. So yes, just to do the transfer update as well. Starting for Gemma to come on. Billy's on the 4:45, and Gemma, she don't normally have problems, doesn't she? Sort of in connecting up, but at the end of the day, it's just having a few problems as well. I think Gemma's having a few problems there from her end. So we've go through the comments. Hi to Les and hi to Satic as well, the big gooner. Gemma, are you still there? Hi, Gemma. Gemma's having problems with mic at the minute, sort of thing. We'll try to get back on very, very soon. Right, before we do, we're going to go through the midfielders, going to go through, which will be linked to Newcastle United, because transfer window's open in January, and we're definitely looking for a midfielder to come in to improve the team. And I've got three, which is from South America as well. So the first one I'm going to talk about, if I can get him up, is Maximo Perrone. He plays his club football for Sarsfield in Argentina. Now, we've been linked with him for a couple of months now, right? He is 19 years of age, and he's Argentina under 20 international as well. He could play in defensive midfielder, central midfield, and attacking midfielder. He's left-footed, and he's got a market value of around about 5 million quid. But also as well, the one thing I'm saying as well, but he's a young lad. He's going to come good. He's really going to come a great player as well. He's like to Fernando Redondo as well, the Argentine legend. He used to play for Milan and Madrid as well, more like Madrid. And the thing is, so I just get a message from Gemma, Marcus, blah, 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 but I'm sure she'll sort it out very, very soon. So a lot of people haven't heard about this guy, Perrone, right? He is an absolute up-and-coming talent, and he's going to be a great player in the future years. I mean, his skills is there to see. He's got his passing is fantastic, his vision, he's got the technique, his ball control is fantastic, and he's got a great teamwork as well. And his versatility, he can play, like I said, anywhere in the midfield. I think this guy is fantastic, and he needs to improve a lot. If I'm honest with you, his decision making has got to be there as well. And sometimes he makes simple passes, like risky passes as well, leads a mistake as well. He could do more with his right foot as well. And the thing he's got to do as well, he needs to sort his bookings out as well, because he's been getting a lot of bookings. He's been getting 9 bookings this season, which is not great. It's always been sent off as well. He's been getting a lot of game time for a 19-year-old in the fellas team that's doing well in the Argentine league. And I don't know a lot about him, but the stats are up there as well, I can see. And he's a deep line midfielder as well. Will he get into the first team straight away? I mean, probably won't, because he probably take a couple of months to acclimatise in the Premier League. So he will get game time if he does come. According to a post in Argentina, saying that that deal could be done, but I'm not going to say it's coming. We'll just wait and see on that as well. And also in Perrone's game as well, he's got a great vision of his passing, his patience in the midfield, his off-the-ball movement is great, and this guy can actually play football by the sounds of it, yeah? I don't know if anyone's watching me chat, he watches Argentine football. If you do, Foxy, if he's in, tell us what you think. Tell what you think of this guy. And you know what? There's a lot of work needs to be done as well, especially his bookings and his right foot as well. So we go through the comments as well. We're still waiting for Gemma to come on as well, and hopefully Mr. Trey as well. We've got John Ball, saw his video this morning. Big respect to you and you feel about Macy. Thank you so much. Start a comment on in a bit. And got him for Mr. Stapleton as well. Macy, so great. Yeah, she's absolutely fine. I've spoken to her. She's absolutely fine. We know who did it now, and I'm afraid to say the guy who done it is going to get the wrath of me. And rumour has it Basidas in Newcastle is finalising the deal. Yes, he's a technical director at Phyllis Sarsfield as well, mate, and that'll be sorted out as well. He must have told him good things in Newcastle United, and he's 19 years old, so don't expect him to come in and do the business straight away. But if he does, that'd be absolutely brilliant. I really do believe that. But also Man City want him as well, but that's drifted away as well. Every player we sign will get bedded in. Yes, I'm agree with you, Mason. I'm surprised they mentioned the two words, Man United, like he always does. Do you know what I mean? And he will get bedded in straight away. It happened to Bruno, and I'm sure this guy is going to be better if he does come to Newcastle. He's not there yet. I don't know about the player, but he sounds like he is decent. Yes, he is sounds a decent player. And he's got, that's another thing, he's got 18 months left on his contract. Just under 18 months left on his contract. So we could get him on the cheap as well. And obviously Vella's trying to tie him down, but apparently he's turned it down and they want to make the money now. I'm sure their fans aren't going to be happy about it at all whatsoever. And well done, John, for sticking up for another content creator. Proud of you. Hope we get this Argentine youngster. He looks like one for the future. And that's for Knights and Lee Gaiman. And also, apparently, we're going for youngsters as does affect FFP rules. And you know what it is? Like, I think that's a great shout, mate, because look, at the end of the day, right, before I come on to that, I am going to come on about Macy, right, that she's being trolled and bullied on Sunday, right, by a guy. I do not want to mention the same on my channel. Yeah, I do not, because for what he sounds an absolute disgrace. Yeah, anyone upsets Macy, and I will tell Billy as well, anyone upsets Macy, right, or upset Macy, right, it's got a problem with me, okay? And believe you and me, I will get on one of them. I will get on one, and I will go for them as well. Because at the end of the day, Macy is only helping other people on their channel, and that's what she wants to do. Yeah. And Macy's very good at that. She knows about football. She's very knowledgeable, right? She's amazing, right? She comes on my channel as well. So anyone upsets Macy or anyone, and I will find out, right? Then they got a problem with me. So I'm just going to let you guys know and just have it from there. Okay, so Macy's fine. She's lovely. I'm going to watch it on later, and he's going to be very busy on the YouTubing tonight, people. So there you go. Big up for Lancel Jr., big up to you, my guy. He's a big United fan as well. And I hope you're fine. Thank you for your kind words, mate. I really appreciate that as well. And I did say about Pool's got a transfer market value of, I said it should be 8.5 million euros. We probably might just get him for that, you know. But we'll just see. He's made 15 appearances. He scored 2 goals, 9 yellow cards as well. I told the stats and his pros and cons as well. He looks like a decent player, which we can do with at Newcastle as well. Whether he be in the first team, he'd be in the first team, but I don't think he'd be in the first team. Not when you've got players like Bruno, Joe Linton, and Joe Willock as well in the midfield 3. John Shelby, if he plays another game or so, that's going to activate his contract as well. So John Shelby would be 30 as well, where he does play again. But we're overloading the midfield, you know. Sean Longstaff, what can you do with him as well? To be fair, he's doing that. He's doing fair. He's doing fine. Yeah. Eddie Howard has got a problem in the field. Who's his best 3? It's all about competition, isn't it? I think we got a strong team as well there. So big up. And we got one from Mr. Junior there. I think you need James Maddison will be a great signing. And if that happens, then What's going to happen? What's going to happen? We're overloading the midfield, by the way. Yeah, overloading the midfield. I think that'd be a cracking signing. Big up to Static as well. We also support Macy too. Well said. This is why we're looking at these players like Santos and bypasses FFP. And we're going to come on to Santos in a little bit. And it's 3-0 to Holland, and it looks like it's going to be disallowed. The guy for Argentina will probably play for the under-23s if any of the midfielders gets injured, just from Mason. That could be right. You could be right, you know. So it gives them a chance to find out what Newcastle's are about and the city and the way we play. I think this guy's going to be a really, really good player. I mean, Dan Ashworth's doing a wonderful job at the minute. He really, really is. And we love Dan Ashworth for what he has done. And it's just absolutely a great appointment by Newcastle. We're making some big names, serious names at the football club as well. And 2-0 to still be Holland, 2-0 handball. That's been short tough. Thank you for that, Leslie. And you know what it is right with this guy. I mean, look, we told him he's got to improve. We know he's linked with Fernando Redondo as well. Redondo, remember him, Argentine legend, who's played with Madrid and a couple of years at Milan. Fantastic player, sits in as well, doesn't do a lot. He just protects the back four, and Redondo's one of the best in the world at his stage, at his time, by the way. And Gemma. Oh, she's gone again. I don't know what's happened. I think they must have blocked her mic as well, and I don't know what's happened up there on her end, like, you know. So you may have to start again, Gemma, at this moment in time. I'll tell you a bit more about this guy, right, Perrone. I mean, according to the scouting report here, and I have not watched him. I can only buy what it says on the scouting report as well. He's very good at combination player. He's a culture passer of the ball, fluidity from breaking the lines with indicate vertical balls. And he also has excellent range of passing all distances, extraordinary thinking when on the ball. He often chooses options which are unexpected for opposition. Very high football IQ ground feeling when it's up to speed of play with progress and passing. And when to slow down the tempo, retain possession, I was meant to say. Manchester City did that with some of the players like American or Asia, just sent them out on loan straight away. That's amazing. That's a good shout there. Maybe we send them out to Spain for a couple of years and then come back as a better player to boost his work permit as well. I forgot about that as well. I should have said around the world. That's amazing. Thank you, mate. Big up to Alan as well. Hope you're okay, mate. I'm still trying to get Gemma on. Billy's definitely coming on quarter-to-5, by the way. And what about Trossard in January? He'll be playing on the wings as well. Yes, it'll be linked with Newcastle as well. But do Brian want to sell us? Sell him to us? Does he want to? Well, are Brian going to sell us to a player as a rival? Probably not. But we should see. But I would love to have Trossard in the team as well. He offers something different. He's a cracking player. And I think this guy will go a long, long way. I really, really do think that. So, yeah. So, tell us what you think of Perrone. Would you take him with Newcastle United? I say yes. And then put him on the 23s. And then he'll come in a better player. Let's go on to the next player as well. We've got Andrey Santos. We've mentioned him quite a lot of times from Vasco da Gama. His team just got promoted from Brazilian Serie B for the playoffs. And he's never, ever played in the top flight in Brazilian football. And he's got a market value here, €5 million, but he's a lot more than that. He's out of contract until 2027. On top of that, he's got a release clause of around 25 to 30 million quid. Now, he's a central midfielder, right? And he has been absolutely fantastic as well. He's played nearly all the games in his country. He's played all the games in his league. 8 goals in 33 appearances. Lots of yellow cards, by the way. I'm not going to lie. But this guy is going to be, according to reports in Spain, he's going to become the new Sergio Busquets. Now, if you do Sergio Busquets, you're going to be a cracking player. Real talk here. But this guy has got a lot. Juninho, who used to play for Leon, thinks this guy is going to be a world beater. And at 5'11", and he's got a contract expiring until 2027. And he's going to cost a lot of money. But he has not played in the top flight. Just remember that, people, yeah? And this is why Barcelona do want to pay that money because he hasn't moved himself in the top flight. So they open the door for us. PSG wants him as well. And if that's the case, then, you know, we better get our skates on very, very quickly. So I've got, allegedly, he's on Toon with you as well. Mr. Che!
Hi, mate. How you doing?
Long time no see, my guy. How are you doing?
It is. Yeah, I'm good. I had my driver hot-footed back. I told him to get your foot down. I've got a podcast to do with my mate John. So I'm back at 4:30. I'm never back this time, but I'm usually back a couple of minutes after this. But yeah, we're here. We're here. Good.
Brilliant stuff. I mean, trying to get Gemma on, but Gemma's having problems with Mike in a minute. I'm going to try to get her on a couple of times, but she just hasn't come on yet. But she's just trying. Gemma, are you here yet, pet? Gemma. Oh, bless her. I mean, Gemma, if just coming any time, pet, yeah, and then that'd be brilliant. So, well, Billy, how's your day been so far, mate? Has your day been good? And
I've been at work, so yeah, it's been shite, really. But you have to go and do your stuff, don't you? To get the money to pay the bills. So I was up at 5 o'clock this morning, and yeah, wow. It's good for the soul when you get paid, but the rest of the week's awful. You know what it's like, John.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, you got to get your money, sort of thing. I'm back to work tomorrow, and then, you know, I got another week as well to do, and then I'm off for work for 2 weeks. So yes, it'd be YouTube galore for me, like over the holidays, sort of thing. So check this out, man. And Paul's channel's going fantastic, man, and it's going from strength to flipping strength. So big up to Paul, by the way. I love this guy, and Danielle as well. And I should be watching it more, but it's just busy at the minute, like, you know, this and
time, isn't it, mate? Well, you got it's time to watch everything you want to watch. You know, I always make an effort trying to watch your lot, Tony, and the Loaded Lads, and all the decent channels.
Yeah, man.
And I try and make time for it. I've got some other channels I like to watch as well that aren't to do with Newcastle, some FIFA channels and stuff. I try and make time for it, but you can't always do it, can you? But you try and keep abreast of the situation, so to speak.
Absolutely, absolutely. Gemma, you there, pet? Gemma? I can't hear her, Billy. I just cannot hear her at all. I just can't. Oh, she's in and out, bless her. We get her back in.
I know it occurred. It's not your fault. Something to do. It's a fault with Safari and iPhone. So yeah, she can't access StreamYard. So she apologises. But we'll have to crack on without her, unfortunately.
No problems at all. I mean, I'm sure she'll keep trying, but we just had to do the best we can, sort of thing. Like, I won't keep you too long because I know you got to do other things as well, So big up to you, by the way. And thanks for coming in anyway. We're just going through a couple of players who are going to link to Newcastle United, especially midfielders as well. We went through one called Maximo Perrone for Sarsfield. I don't know if you spoke on Paul's channel as well. He's been linked with us. It's got a market value of 8.5 million euros. We could get him for around that money, 8.5 million quid. He's got 18 months left on his contract, less than that as well. And he's only 19 years of age. This guy has been getting real reviews in Argentina. Yeah, we don't watch Argentinian league, but a scouting report from Toon, it's been amazing. I mean, I don't know if you know a lot about this guy or reports about him.
Well, he's a number 6, isn't he? You know, and Argentinian number 6s have been renowned over the years. And if you're getting praise for playing in the number 6 role in the Argentinian league, you know, you're doing a good job. 19 years of age, like you say, plenty of time to mature. I know they want to push Bruno further forward if they can, because he's obviously, we're not getting the full benefit of him when he sits in the 6. So, yeah, I think a number 6 could be a priority. A young lad as well would be great, wouldn't it? So, lots of potential to build into, and he's already doing the business now. So, you know, you can't argue with that.
Absolutely, Billy. I mean, he's been linked to, if I mentioned earlier on, Fernando Redondo as well. Remember, he's played for Madrid.
Oh, cracking player.
Milan as well. What a player he was. One of the best number 6 in world football at his time. I mean, he's not exciting, but I tell you something, he has done the business in his years. But his strengths, right? He's got everything, this kid, 19-year-old. He's going to be playing in Copa America in a couple of years' time, and he's also going to be playing in the World Cup in 4 years' time as well. But his strengths, he's got everything: ball control, passing, vision, teamwork, football IQ, versatility, creativity, right? Brilliant. But the one he's got to do, use his right foot more, and also he gets booked a lot as well. And you're going to get 9 bookings a season, 10 bookings a season. That's what he's been getting. Then cool.
If he's getting booked in Argentina, then you can guarantee he's going to get reds over here.
Exactly. Because the referee is just in this country sort of thing, like, you know, they just over CLS as well nowadays. And I mean, that referee had against Chelsea, Billy, he done Arsenal, tried to do us as well, but he was poor.
The vast majority are margin, aren't they? Let's be honest. I mean, I think you can count the fingers on one hand the amount of good officials we've had this year, whether it be on the pitch or in the computer room at the VAR place. You know, I think there's a determined effort to stop us from getting in the top four. I've got to say, it might sound conspiracy theories, but you know, we all know how the Premier League like their big six to be the big six and have them in the European places. They're not too keen on Johnny come latelys running in and taking the place of these supposed big six. So it's not, you know, a wild stab in the dark to say that they're going to try and stop us from doing it.
Absolutely, man. And we go through the comments as well. We're going through. I read that about your side as well. May come to another bit for the English side. I read Perrone was okay for work permit because the senior games being played. And look, it probably, I don't know if he's Italian. He's got an Italian passport. I just don't know, because by sound by the name, if he's got an Italian passport, we're not sure. That'd be so much easier for him to get into the Premier League.
Haven't they made allowances for South American footballers? I think there's a different set of rules that they've got to be adhered to for South America to make it easier for them to come over. So I'm not sure it does affect him if he's got an Italian passport or not.
Yeah, that'll be meant to be investigated. I should investigate if he's allowed to come in, sort of thing. But yeah, we'll see on that one, Billy. Sort of, I hope that's the case, like, because special occasions as well. So to get games as well, and then it's like Grand Cru as well. He's got to come to Newcastle. He's going to be sent out on loan to boost his work permit as well, get some more game time elsewhere, maybe in the Portuguese or Dutch league, and then come back a better player. So we'll see what happens. Got eyes peeled for that. Big up to 12th man Toon. Hope you're okay, my guy. Hope you're okay. Haven't seen you for a long time. Probably unpopular opinion, but I feel the main place we need to strengthen is left back. We may come on to that in a bit, by the way, as well, because there's been problems with Target as well. I don't see Burn and Tiger doing it there for too much longer. And it used to be big 2, then big 4, then 6. They haven't stopped others getting in. That's Richard. Big up to Richard, by the way. Hope you're okay.
Hi, Rich.
Haven't heard from him for a long time, you know.
What I will say, Rich, is when we were going through our takeover, and it's not so much Arsenal in this, but it's your North London rivals, the red part of Manchester and Liverpool were not happy about us getting the takeover. They don't want to see us in that top 6 because Spurs, for starters, are the ones that would be most likely to drop out. Man United probably equal with them at the moment. Yeah, and it's all about European football for them. I certainly isn't Arsenal. I wouldn't have said. Certainly isn't Manchester City. Actually, Man City were one of the few that didn't vote against us getting the sponsorship deal. Remember when the sponsorship rules were going through? Man City voted actually with us or abstained, or one of the two. But certainly the red side of Liverpool, the red side of Manchester, and the white part of North London. Let's put it like that.
Absolutely, totally agree. You know what it is, right? I mean, they're just settled now because you can see why that Liverpool and Man United put the clubs up for sale, because they just cannot compete with us. They just say, you know what, we couldn't get the Super League, we can't compete in Newcastle. If I sort that, I'm going to put the club up for sale. They are clearly rattled, without
a doubt. And that's what you notice that it's not just in this country where the Super League clubs are going a bit. What's the word for it? I want to say tits up, but I don't want to say tits up. I've said it twice now. But Juventus, obviously, they were another one that were major players in that Super League. Manchester United, Liverpool. Yeah, it's not coincidental, I don't think.
That is exactly well said, Billy. Well said. Big up to Leslie again. Agree, Billy. Hence why I think we should focus on European talent and beyond, as opposed to Premier League. That way we don't get fleeced. Exactly. John and Billy, why don't you get together with the Loaded lads and do a Christmas special? I tell you something, I'd love to do that, you know. I really, really would.
Yeah, could happen. I mean, the two of you are in collaboration with Loaded, so it could definitely happen. Absolutely. Could pull John in for a Christmas special, no doubt. Definitely.
Thanks very much. Post with the Toon special. You never know. I'll probably upset Paul though, will I? That's the thing. You know me.
Nah, of course not. Of course not.
He loves this, really, Paul. He loves this.
They'll probably put you on trial again.
Yeah. For what? Being
well, you know.
Yeah. Or being Macy's mate.
Well,
Doing good, mate. I appreciate it, John. Hope so well, my guy. Brilliant, man. Thanks so much indeed, man. It's good to see you back as usual. I didn't like Chelsea and City buying their way into the top 4, but I don't mind the Toon do it as long as they're the real club. The 28K came for 14 women's football this week. It's unreal support. It was. It was. And what they think with Boston right wing now, that Amir is in form. I tell you something, that guy's been amazing. Absolutely amazing.
He has, but if he gets a knock, we're stuck with Ryan Fraser or Jacob Murphy, aren't we? And Jacob Murphy, fair play to him, has done a good job when he's been played on the left-hand side. I'm not sure Ryan Fraser's up to that level of football that Miggy's been doing. So someone that can play on that right-hand side that can also float around the creative parts of midfield, I think that's the kind of player we'll be looking at. One in particular.
Brilliant. John, when are you going to do? When are you going to have Macy on your channel? Not seen her for a while, mate. She's been on holiday. Now she's back. I've gone on a short and it's for the watch along, but she will definitely be back soon for the Premier League prediction. Sure, don't worry about that. She is awesome, and we're going to talk about Macy again on your take later on, Billy, on that as well. Good evening to John and Billy. Good evening to Gary D. Love to see you, John. Love to see John on channel again. And there you guys, big up to you, Lee, as well. Oh,
you've missed yeah, I just saw that, yeah.
Hey! Wow, I'm watching you, Sinclair. Hey, is that a good thing, or?
Well, it's an extra view, isn't it? It's an extra view at the very least.
Absolutely. And also, you should, for me, I think Paul be brilliant as a Prime Minister. He'd be brilliant being the Prime Minister as well. Can you imagine being Prime Minister? I mean, I'd choose him over Simon Jordan any time of the day.
Strange choice for Prime Minister, to be fair, either Paulie D or Simon Jordan.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'll stick with actually not the one we've got now. I'd rather have Paul or Simon Jordan. I don't know what we've got.
Yeah, I'd stick with Paul, by the way, because I think it'd be amazing watching you sing that. He loves this, really. I see the Macros are saying all the tickets were freebies for the girls' match. Really? I didn't know that.
Won't put anything past them lot.
Nah. I tell you what, we could have played in the FA Cup. We was very close to taking them on, you know.
There was 10 balls left. There was us, Man United, Everton, and Sunderland. We ended up with Sheffield Wednesday, didn't we? But yeah, I fancied Sunderland. I must be honest. We owe them a bit, don't we?
Absolutely. We're going to the next one as well. We're going to fly for this before we do Newcastle talk. Andrey Santos being linked with us, Vasco da Gama, in the Brazilian league in the second division, not played the top flight, Billy, and he's got a market value at 26 million quid, rise up to 30 million for a Brazilian. He's 18 years of age, and he's made 33 appearances, 8 goals in a defensive midfielder position. He's been talked about for months now. And what do you think of this guy?
I've not seen anything of him, but Alex raves about him. And Alex is very, very forensic when he goes through his plays, the stats and stuff. Yeah, he thinks he's going to be a world star, this lad. So, yeah, we're buying youngsters now. It's something we haven't done for a long time. We've been buying youngsters to sell on, basically. We're not now. We're buying them to thrive with us, become world stars with us, and win trophies with us. So someone like Andrey Santos, who's really renowned, well rated, really highly rated in Brazil, and of course Brazil are generally the greatest country in the world for football, aren't they? If he's been rated over there, then yeah, it'd be a fantastic signing for us. I've got no doubt that we have been looking as well. Not got no doubt at all.
Yeah. The thing is, so Billy, with this guy, right? He's not played in the Brazilian Serie A. He's not playing the top flight. Barcelona were skeptical of paying that sort of money because they said exactly the same thing. And, they're going to say, you know what? We're not sure going to pay for this guy because I'd rather say the money, but Barcelona, right? They need to be careful financially. If they don't, then they could be going on there again. But I think it leaves the doors open first and to make a move and hopefully get this guy through the door. I think it'd be a wicked signing if we can get this guy through.
I mean, Barcelona aren't in a position to gamble on young talent, are they? I mean, they can raise their own. Obviously, they've got a fantastic youth school at Barcelona, but they're not going to be spending a lot of money on young players that really aren't proven. Andrey Santos, like you said, hasn't played top flight football in Brazil, but by all accounts, he's got everything. Just like Jude Bellingham did when he was at Birmingham City playing at left back. People knew this lad was going to be a star. They say the same about Andrey Santos. But they haven't got the money to be able, because it is a little bit of a gamble. Of course it is. But not for us with the money we've got. So, I think it'll be great signing.
Yeah. I wonder if Gemma's back. Gemma.
Hiya.
Hey! Big up to Gemma.
I'm really sorry. I've been trying for like 40 minutes since just before 10 past, when we agreed to join backstage.
Order me a Big Mac while you're in McDonald's, Gem.
I sent Billy the screenshots, but it was saying there's a problem with StreamYard. It's not your fault. And then it was saying that it couldn't access iPhone or iPad microphones, and there's a problem with Safari. So, but I'm on a computer now, finally.
Yay! Fantastic, Gemma. I was going to say, we've got to get Gemma on, sort of thing. But here she is. She's here, and I think that's fantastic. I mean, thanks for coming on, Gemma. It's been a while. So, how's things for you, G?
I'm just really sorry I'm so late. Like, it's a bit awkward for you. So sorry for dropping you in it like that.
No, that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely. I knew you'd come on as well, sort of thing. And listen, at the end of the day, welcome aboard and show Gemma some love, and that'd be brilliant. And there you go. So we're just going on to Santos. Is that a doable? Is that a thing we can get done, Billy? Is that a business we can get done? I know Alex is raving about this guy, and I'm quite raving about him as well.
Yeah, why not? Why not? I mean, like you said before, the Australian lad, we are after youth talent, and this lad's probably one of the biggest ones in the world at the moment. So, if we want to be the biggest side in the world, we've got to look at the future, not just the now. But this kid could be both. So, yeah, absolutely, let's go for him. Yeah,
absolutely. And I've taken this well. No problems at all. You're not being the team straight away. They'll probably acclimatise him for 6 months, and let's hope that when it comes in, he shows what he can do for you.
And let's just remember, there's a big Brazilian contingent at Newcastle already. It's ideal for him to step into, isn't it? Your Joe Lintons and Brunos, people like that. It's ideal for him to step straight into that kind of role. So, a young lad, brilliant.
Big up
so
to Andrew.
What have I missed, lads?
Look, all it is just going through two players we linked with in South America, Gemma. The first one's Maximo Perrone from places club football for Falaise Sarsfield. You may not have heard of him, but you've gone through the stats and strength.
I've heard of the beer, but not him. Sorry.
Yeah, bless ya, Maximo. But we just talk about him, Argentinian lad, and he looks like he's a good player. And I think we can get this guy because he's under 20 international, and I think if you can get him, then I think he's going to be amazing talent as well. So he's a new number 6, and hopefully he'll do things. So I'll go through this comments there. The women's match was awesome. Shout out to the choir before the game too. Come to Gemma's for that in a minute. I'm missing a few out as well. I do apologise. I keep thinking of that Brazilian lad who signed for Norwich. I know this Brazilian plays for Norwich, but I can't remember his name, but I heard he's really, really good. Get even into Unai Emery. I'm going to call him Unai Emery from now on. Are we still interested in Enson Alvarez? I'll come on to him in a bit. Even the guys should have wrestling training tonight, but they cancelled because of the England game. I'm not even going to watch it after the USA game. Louis Van, welcome to Bromo. I do apologise that your wrestling thing's been cancelled. Good to know StreamYard isn't working properly. I'm on the air in an hour and a half's time. Really look forward to that, mate.
You and me both, Lee.
Yes. Bless him.
Sorry, I'm just looking at Gary's comment.
Oh, it's fine. Awesome to see Billy in and Gemma back on John's channel. Woo, woo, woo. Thank you.
Thank you for having us, John.
You're
welcome.
A
long time, isn't it, since we've both been on here, Gemma? When's the last time we did a podcast together, Gemma? A long time.
I think it was the time your doorbell was going. About 6 months
I remember that. No, it might have been. Yeah, I think it was. I think when the doorbell rang, that's right. I remember now.
Good Amazon. Forum, I think.
Yeah, Amazon. Yeah, I remember now.
Wow, that's a long time, but well, it's good to see you guys back again together, sort of thing, which is absolutely amazing. Are the days of the loans done for us? Not really, no. I mean, look, at the end of the day, we could get 1 or 2 players on loan in the window, but who knows? But I'd rather take a permanent signing, but the loans as well, that can still be done for Newcastle. I mean, what do you think, Billy? Loans?
I'd be all in for getting a reserve right back on loan. 100%, because ML Craft was doing the job fine last year. He's out to the end of the season. I'd take a loan right back to the end of the season. No doubt about it.
Absolutely. What's the links of swap deal about ASM and Moise Keane? For me, right, that deal won't happen because Moise Keane is listen, he came to the Premier League at a young age, right, at the wrong time, in my opinion, but he's done much better back home with Juventus. I think he should be staying in the Italian league for a couple more years and then come back in the Premier League when he's better. Mo Salah went to Chelsea, didn't cut it, went to Fiorentina and Roma, did it there, came back to Liverpool, rest is history. It could happen to Moise Keane. He came to
Moise Keane didn't go straight back to Juventus. He went to PSG first.
PSG. Yeah, he did. He went to PSG on loan and then he went to Juve as well. But I wouldn't swap him for ASM. There's just no way.
No,
but in my opinion is, I'm hearing a lot of people, Billy, I can't see ASM going to be here in the summer next year. I can't see it. I hope I'm wrong. I love him. But
listen, what I'll say about ASM is this. Before he got injured, he was doing Miguel Almiron type things. He tore Kyle Walker apart against Man City. He single-handedly got us a point against Wolves, and he got himself injured chasing the ball that was overhit in the 94th minute, busting the gut to get there. That's how he got himself injured. If he can get himself fit and back to that kind of form again, I'd sooner have ASM than Trossard, I'll be honest.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I was just going to say there about loans. Since the takeover, we actually had a loan with Matty Target, and he did a good job until we signed him permanently.
Yeah, she's right. Yeah.
So I think loan is a viable option as well as like buying outright.
Certainly for a reserve right back to back, just in case Kieran Trippier gets injured while Kraft's out of the team because with his injury, because I don't think Mankier cuts it, to be honest now.
No.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, the thing is there, I mean, you could do with a lone right back as well if possible, right? But Gemma's right as well, and with Target as well, which we're going to come to Target. In fact, I'm going to come to Target quickly. I get a lot of people saying now that Eddie's looking to offload Target as well because he's not been in the first team, right? I mean, Dan Burn's doing really well there. I mean, what do you think, Billy, about Target? Is he ever going to get back a left back berth, or do we need to keep him? Me personally, I'd keep him.
I'm not sure he can move. He's played for Aston Villa and Newcastle in the calendar year, so I don't think he can move anyway, can he? I don't think he can go in this calendar year. He can go in January, obviously, because that's a different calendar year. So forget what I just said there. That's a load of nonsense. I'd keep him. Yeah, I'd keep him. Look, whatever he had injury-wise, whether it was a virus or an injury, he's not been the same since he's come back. He looks slower. He looks sluggish. And Dan Burn's coming and doing a fantastic job at left back. At some stage of the season, we're going to have an injury to one of the centre halves, and Dan Burn's going to have to step back inside centre half. And that's where Matt Target gets his place back. But he's got to be fit. He's got to be playing as he was last season because he hasn't done it this season yet, let's be honest.
Nah. I mean, if you give him marks out of 10 for the season, how many marks out of 10 would you give him?
This year?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't give him any higher than 5 because he's hardly played. And when he hasn't looked very good, has he?
Nah. Not at all. Not at all. We definitely could do and buy another left back then if that's the case. And
well, it's the position we've got most of. How many left backs are in the club? You've got him, you've got Lewis, you've got Dummett to a certain extent, even Matt Ritchie to a certain extent. Yeah. I'm not sure it's left backs we're after. I think Target's okay. He's just getting himself fit and back in some kind of form again.
Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right. But if he doesn't fix up Target, then he needs to be gone. I mean, Dummett, he can go as well, in my opinion. But yeah, mirror groups have a fan's choice. Football of the year, Bruno nominated, need to vote. Bruno's on the list as well. That's fantastic. Not going to lie, I rate Alan, but I feel the team plays better without him. Like Ronaldo, Man United. Obviously a class player, but overall outshines the team too much. Gemma, what do you think of that then?
You've stirred the pot here, 12 on 2 for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
I don't know what Billy means. The thing with Ronaldo is, could you imagine the shirt sales and how much they'd help financial fair play? The shirt sales would go through the roof. I also think he might not be the fastest, but he can still score goals.
Even when he don't score, he scores them this year, doesn't he? Last night, he didn't even touch the ball, he claimed it.
I'd have more faith in Cristiano Ronaldo than I would with Chris Wood when it comes to scoring goals. So I think he's a. It all depends on his wages and obviously dressing room morale, because when things aren't going his way, it can be quite obviously negative in the dressing room, and he can be a little bit petulant, comfy. But if he was like wasn't controversial in the dressing room and upset his teammates, and depending on the wage demands, I would consider him for a season personally.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I mean, me personally with Ronaldo, guys, I wouldn't have him because he'll upset the dressing room, and he's going to command $500,000 a week, and the players are going to be thinking, he's on $500,000 a week. Well, we've done more work than he's done, so it's going to cause problems. So for me, he's been good at his time. He's still got it, but for me, I just wouldn't have him back at all. So that's just my opinion, because he's just upset the team. He's better than Chris Wood, by the way. I'm not going to lie, but
I'm better than Chris Wood, John.
Yeah, with a pace, Billy, with a pace, man. Holding the ball off. What are you, 5'10", 5'11", 5'11"?
Yeah, let's just say, let's go with 5'11".
Go 5'11". 5'11".
He's 5'5", really, John.
Fuck off,
Yay.
5'10".
Hey, bless him. No, I couldn't defend him. But target leaving before Domits, that's I like coffee. There's a young right back from Venezuela who plays for Portland Timbers. He's only 22, 23. I would give him a chance. I don't know who he is, miss, and don't watch a lot of MLS, to be fair. And heard the team, but I'm not. I think Jobber used to play for them. I could be wrong. Give it to Lascelles and get a replacement in January, definitely. Ronaldo is obviously the Rolls Royce of a player, but they've lost more games with him than without him. I kind of see ASM doing the same in our squad. Oh, wow, Billy, he is still in the part. And opinions are good, but wow.
I'm not so sure about that. I think, as I said before the injury, ASM was pulling up popper trees. He was destroying the England, former England right back, because the current England right back plays for us, of course. But he destroyed Kyle Walker to an extent I've not seen anyone do for a long time. And again, at Wolves, he was superb. He even went central against Wolves for the last 20 minutes, scored us a fantastic goal. It's this injury. It's just really put him back. I'd like to see him get himself fit and prove himself, because he's a fantastic player. ASM. He likes the club. He gets the club. He gets the city. And that you can't buy that. You seriously can't buy that. As for Ronaldo, I don't think he will be upset. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to take his legacy, Ronaldo. He's already done it at Man United, but I think you'll see a hungry Ronaldo now, and I think, I wouldn't mind checking him on the 6 month loan in the season. Why not?
Yeah,
a hungry Ronaldo maybe wouldn't want the wages he's been asking for before. He just wants to play football for 6 months, then before he goes to America or wherever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't be averse from coming for 6 months and strictly as a reserve player, because he's not going to usurp Wilson or Isaac.
Nah.
But as a third choice striker, if he'd go for that, and he's not going to cause trouble in the dressing room, which I don't believe he would, because obviously the stuff that's gone on at Man United's tainted his legacy a little bit. So we gained that kind of trust in him and getting back to the like people thought of him before that. I don't think he's going to badly behave. I think he could be a good signing for us, but obviously it's the wages, isn't it?
Absolutely, $500,000 a week, but he may take a drop. He just, like you say, you never know. And if he does come, I would back Eddie Howe in what he does, and we'll just see. Gemma's back for Billy. I'm on this. I'm off the same view as CR7. It's a no for me. Ronaldo plays for himself. Chris Wood plays for the club. I'd rather have Chris Wood than Ronaldo. Alvarez, Maddison, and Jeff Hendricks for me. And
Jeff Hendricks.
It's a Jeff Hendricks. That's what he's saying.
I mean, I'd take Alvarez all day long. The lad from Ajax is superb, and Maddison's a no-brainer. Jeff Hendricks, you'd only get him back because, I don't know, what would you get him back for? Maybe a boost the barber's trade in the city. Someone could cut his locks off. Yeah.
Well, there's a lass on social media called Pauline McDonald. She's a Reading fan, and she loves him. Is
she? Oh,
apparently
it would be a crime to take him back from there. Then you stay there, Jeff. Pauline would pine for you.
Exactly. Otherwise, she'd probably get upset, man.
We don't want that.
Exactly. Get him tall, Billy. I'm really excited for Grand Cool. I think he'll be a starter for us at some point in the 23-24 season. Gemma, what do you think of Cool? Great signing, young Australian lad. And will he be starting for us, or when he comes back on loan, wherever that may be?
It's a pretty competitive squad at the minute, and obviously if something's not broke, why fix it? Yeah. I do think our defence, when you say like obviously Target isn't first choice at the minute, I do think our defence has been unreal this season, and obviously Botman and Shaw make a good pair, and so I wouldn't change the back four. I'd give him Cool. I'd give him a chance to prove himself in maybe the cup game on the friendly, rather than a league game first.
Good idea.
Yeah, I thought it's a fair shout. I mean, he could be going to the Dutch or Portuguese league in January. According to Tony, my cool host, I mean, let's be real. I think he could be going to one of those leagues. I would have loved seeing the Italian league, to be fair, but
a lot depends on what happens to Australia in the rest of the World Cup. I mean, he might play in the last game and come on and win the game for them. In which case, I don't think we'll be sending them on loan anywhere soon. You know what I mean? He could become a world star in this tournament. There's still time for him to do it. He's not had much of a chance so far, but there's still time for him to get on there and prove himself. I mean, we've seen what he did to Barcelona in pre-season. Yeah, I mean, if he comes on and wins the game for Australia against Denmark, he'd be a national hero there. So until this World Cup's finished, and if Garen Kroll hasn't played, then like Gemma says, play him in the friendly, play him in the Coca-Cola Cup. Bloody how long goes that? The Carabao Cup. Playing the Carabao Cup. Maybe give him a go in that. But obviously we've got our own young players that want to play the Elliot Andersons of this world. So it's a balancing act that he's got to deal with.
Yeah. Billy, I'm going to have to correct you, mate. He can't play for Newcastle until after January, so he'll be out against Bournemouth, mate. Nah.
Oh, well, he can play the friendly, can't he?
He can play the friendly, but I don't be playing in the Carabao, which is a shame because you could have done with him. So I'll be there as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And I'll go do my first vlog, which I've never done. So I will be doing that. So I'll give
midweek game, John. That's a new one, isn't it, mate?
It is. No, it's just I got 2 weeks off.
In Newcastle all of a sudden.
What's that, Jem?
Oh, I was just joking, saying what's the attraction in Newcastle all of a sudden? I don't think you've missed a game this season. You were never there last season.
Well, I missed a couple of games. I missed a couple of games this season as well. It's just a night game, but I've got 2 weeks off from work, and got leading to Christmas. So I'm working next week, and now I've got 2 weeks off after that. So yeah, I'll be good to go and stop at me last as well, sort of thing. So she's having to stay over, which is great. So
you're not going to do your vlog with her there, are you? In a dressing gown again?
No, she's come to the match, her first game, but I'm not going to do vlogging with her. She's out
because Gem, the other night on Tony's stream, she was in the background in a dressing gown, and she wasn't. She was in the shot.
No, she wasn't. She had a white top on. She had a white
dressing
on
gown, John.
Chippers
has watched it 48 times. I guarantee he was in. He's probably pictured it of all sorts, but yeah.
No, no way. We go to court to that one, and we do a court case for that one as well.
Getting shy.
New trial.
Except, and Paul will be watching like he always does. Let's go on to this one here. I read that one, didn't I? Yeah. Pretty sure Jeff is a Dutch league player, not our long-haired Jeff Hendrick.
Well, yeah, Hendricks, I guess, and Hendrick, but he wouldn't inspire with confidence just having the same name, would it?
Exactly. Very interesting, but not the Dutch Jeff Hendrick. Ronaldo hampered the development of confidence of players who are developing, e.g. Miggy, who passed to Ronaldo instead of taking a shot himself. That's a fair shout. Cool replacement for ASM when you resell him. I can't wait this World Cup to finish, lads. And Gemma, that's from Gary.
Can I make a confession? I've never watched a single World Cup game. Bring back the Premier League. That's what I say.
That's because your country ain't qualified, Jim.
Well, it is what it is, man. You're right, absolutely. I was going to go into the next one quickly, right? I mean, none of you guys never heard of him, but I have. Is Matthias Franca, plays for Flamengo, and he's only made 3 appearances.
What's his name?
Right?
Matthias what? What's his surname, John?
Matthias Franca. F-R-A-N-C-E. No, definitely not. But he's a young lad, right? We have been linked to him, by the way, as well. He's an attacking midfielder as well, and he's going to be a lot of money. But we don't know a lot about him. But he's got a market value of €4 million. But he's going to be a lot more than that, by the way. He's got a contract until 2027, and he plays for Flamengo. Just on a couple of Liberties as well.
Libertadores.
That's the word. I'm trying to announce it right, like Libertadores.
That's it. That's good enough for me.
Libertadores, and I should know because I do watch as well. But look, at the end of the day, we're not going to get him yet because he's 18 years old. He needs more games for his club as well. So, I mean, we have been linked to him. A lot of you guys don't know about him, but we go for a quick one as well. Alvarez as well. Edson Alvarez, Billy, a player we know very well. Mexican lad. What a player he is, this guy. He's 6'2".
He's an absolute unit, isn't he? Absolute unit.
He's a unit, man. He's a unit, man.
There was two number 6s in the summer that I looked at and really liked. And one was him, and the other was Kone at Borussia Mönchengladbach. Both absolute tanks. Absolute tanks. But Alvarez, he's got a bit more than Kone. He's like Bruno with the ball at his feet, passing ability-wise. Nothing gets past him. If it does, he brings them down. It's cynical Central American type tactics. But yeah, I think he'd be a good signing for us, Edson Alvarez, but he costs a lot of money and there'd be a lot of competition for him also. So it proved where we are in the world at the minute, as attraction-wise, if we could pull someone like him off. Did I just say that? If we could pull a signing like him off and get him into the club. But yeah, he's a fantastic player, Edson Alvarez, without any sort of a doubt. Superb
player. It'd be about 50 to 60 million quid. That's his market value, right? He's got a long-term contract as well, I think. And not only that, on top of that, it's going to be so tough to price away. But he just said to Billy as well, competition as well. Chelsea wants them as well. A couple of Spanish clubs wants them as well. Do you know what I mean? But I tell you something, we can get this guy, right? It's just going to be an absolute statement in the summer.
Indeed.
And with him, Joe and Bruno in that midfield three, I tell you what, that is a dream midfield three.
I've got a sneeze coming on, so I just definite sneeze coming. I don't know when it's going to come out or not. No, it would be a dream midfield three, quite right.
Absolutely.
I'm a ventriloquist. I can cough without moving my lips. So yeah, it pushed Bruno further up, which is what I'm sure Eddie Howe wants to do. And I think he may do once Shelvey gets himself fully match fit. Another player ready to come into the team, isn't it? John Joe Shelvey. So we've got lots of depth we thought we didn't have, which is an amazing thing. At the beginning of the season, we were all saying we haven't got the depth in the squad to finish. I mean, even 6th, 7th, 8th. But it turns out that we have got the depth, and that's down to the manager. I think the manager's done an amazing job with some of these fringe players to come in and just hit the ground running. The likes of Jacob Murphy, the likes of even Miggy to a certain extent. Would he have been anyone's first choice this time last year? Absolutely not. He's come in and he's took his chance fantastically well. The likes of Dan Burn going to left back. Sean Longstaff's another example. He's been fantastic this season. So, you can only give the manager whose birthday it is today. Happy birthday, Eddie, by the way. You've got to give him massive credit for what he's done to that squad, because we do have depth when all along we didn't think we had it.
Absolutely, Billy. Absolutely. We've got a strong team now, and that's why we're third in the league. And I hope we go all the way this season. I truly believe we could do it. But top four, I take it all day long.
When you say all the way, John, are you talking first?
Top four. No, top four.
Oh, top four. Okay.
Top four. Not asking for a title, but I tell you what, top four is absolutely reachable this season. I'm saying top four. Well, I mean all the way. Top four for me. That's the season. I'm not asking for a title.
Let's be honest. We are in the race. We're in the running.
We are in the title race. We got.
You can't win a race if you're not in it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, this is a bit off topic, but what does your T-shirt say, Billy?
It says "Not in the know." The Toon review. It's a statement basically on the Toon review. We do discuss transfer rooms all the time, like John does, but we don't make welcoming videos for players that haven't signed yet. Because we're not in the know. We use the press and what they're saying as rumours. Even last night, Tony had Andrew Musgrove on his channel, and he's unaware of half the rumours that are coming out on social media through the various platforms. And it's his job to know these things. So take it all with a pinch of salt. What some of these channels are saying. Until they come for the door, you're not in the know. No one's in the know.
Exactly. What we do, Billy, we talk about the player like I've been.
Yeah, we can talk about them, not welcome them in. I've not seen Eki Teki put a Newcastle shirt on yet. He was welcomed in through the door. I've not seen Wild Pedro with the Newcastle shirt on. He was welcome through the door. Big welcome videos. Take it with a pinch of salt because a lot of it's absolute nonsense.
I don't know, like those at Nestle, seem to know a lot about things other than chocolate.
Exactly. Absolutely. That's why we talk about it, strengths and weakness and that sort of thing. And then we just do a market value. We do, what's been said, but we never welcome them in at all live. There's no way. We're never done on the channel at all whatsoever. John saying with a fortune and premiere in. It's in our house in future, who's Mateus from Franca. Check it out. Plays for Flamengo.
How are you spelling that? How are you spelling that? Franca, okay.
Franca.
Is his middle name Nigel?
Yeah. Oh, love it, man. It's an unusual name for Brazilian, though.
It is an unusual. Sounds German, don't it? Or Dutch or something.
It does, doesn't it? It does.
Maybe it's one of them Nazis that disappeared over there after the war.
Exactly.
Controversial. It might have been.
It could be. Well, Alex will probably know them anyway, but
Alex will definitely know. Alex will know everything about him.
He is the best. He is the best in what he does. Big up to Alex if he's watching. I've watched the World Cup for the Memis. That's the I Like Coffee. And Cordy Gakpo inbound. Him and Mark Gorbage talk about him a lot, saying he's 10 Hag's on one target in January. Well, he has been linked to them, right? And we'll be linked to him as well. But at the end of the day, right? If you get him, that'll be a wicked signing as well. That'll be a brilliant signing. He is Premiership made. That guy is absolutely outstanding. What a baller, him. What a baller. Southgate said to reporters in this interview that we're at a major tournament and it's not about giving caps out. Mbappe to Newcastle? No chance. No chance.
Hey, it might happen sometime in the future. Might happen sometime in the future.
Well, I got it on with Botman, didn't I? So Mbappe is different. But you can only dream, guys.
In the future, you never know.
You never know. Never say never.
I can't see him going to Milan.
Nah, they would be for the phone, man. No chance. And just the last one as well. Everyone's well, Dockhead Gemma, I'll come to you. James Maddison. Is he going to come to Newcastle in January or is he going to stay at Leicester? Because apparently, right, we're putting an official, well, we'll say official bid, but we have made a bid for him before. It's got turned down by Leicester. Can you see Leicester City doing business with Newcastle United?
I cannot see Leicester wanting to let him go, but I hope he comes to us in January,
Absolutely. Well, what about you, Billy?
I'm a little bit in there on this one because obviously it's from my hometown. And, I've known for quite a while that James Maddison's wanted to play for Newcastle United. Ever since Callum Wilson came to Newcastle, he's give us glowing tributes about the club, the city, the fans, and James Maddison has been mad for that since he's heard that. I've had drinks with Callum Wilson's brother before, and he said the same. A fellow at work lives next door to the Maddisons. Yeah, he wants to come. Newcastle want him. He's 18 months from the end of his contract. Do Leicester cash in? That's the question you have to ask yourself. With a bit of pressure from Maddison, I believe they will. But he won't be cheap, but he'll be worth it because he's a fantastic player.
When did you move from Coventry to Leicester?
He's from Coventry.
Oh, is he? My bad.
He's from Cov. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, I'd love to see James coming to Newcastle sort of thing. We left so want the money.
Jimmy, as we know him. Jimmy, as we know him by in Coventry.
Jimmy.
we don't really.
Jimmy, eh?
Yeah.
Love him.
Yeah, but he wants to come. We want him. So it's all on the people in the middle, really. As I say, he's 18 months out of contract. Do they want to cash in? They're pretty rope for cash at the minute, Leicester. I think we can get him for 60 million, I would imagine. They were offered 60 million in the summer. There's another 6 months down the line now. I think that 6 million might get him now.
Absolutely. We have to wait and see what happens in January in the summer because he's going to be one of the hottest property in the Premier League. I really do, but he's out in the minute. And I don't think he'll be playing against us through that injury he's got. So if he doesn't play against us, then that'll be even better news. Do you know what I mean? But just a quick one, guys. For going back to Andrey Santos, right? According to a post in LE10 Sport, it's a French outlet. Apparently, that Chelsea are close to winning the race for Andrey Santos, and that's been claimed a deal. Now it's been signed yet, right? But the Spurs are expected to spend 15 million euros on the signing, with the player heading straight to London in January. Now, I don't know how reliable they are, right? That's number one. And secondly, right, they want more than 15 million quid.
Well, it's what I thought. They want nearly twice that, so I don't know how Chelsea are going to get him for 15 million. I'd treat that with a pinch of salt, John.
Yeah, I will as well. They just talk a lot of shite, these people, don't they? Do you know what I mean? But not great at that. Someone, Jeff Henry, it looks like his family and Sandals. That's one. Oh man, my car got stolen and it's turned up in Coventry.
It's not me, mate, because I don't drive.
I've been to Coventry once, well, twice.
You've been twice.
I've been twice. I mean,
I've never been.
You should visit, Gemma. It's a lovely place.
Is it?
Even the Alsatians walk around in pairs around here.
That's I like Coventry. It's a nice place.
We don't have window cleaners. Window cleaners don't come around with a bucket and chamois. They come around with a sander.
Yeah. Wow. Bless. Let's go on to the one. Is Juve in trouble, John? Yes, they are. I mean, all their board members have resigned, and I'll tell you why they resigned. It's because there could be trouble on the financially side as well, and also what I've heard, Billy, as well. And I could be wrong on this, that they wanted the Super League as well. And they said no. So they said, you know what? You're not going to give us Super League. I'm out of here. Do you know what I mean? Not good.
Yeah, I think Super League's involved, but there's also hints that it could be down to match fixing again and financial irregularities. And so they've all shot off quickly, haven't they? It's a corner phrase. Who comes in now? Who knows? But surely they're not going to let Juventus die because it's a fantastic club, isn't it? But someone's going to take it over pretty sharpish. Someone's going to take it over pretty sharpish because, a rudderless ship is never going to go anywhere but down, isn't it? So,
Absolutely. I mean, you got a terrific club. They need to get sorted out ASAP. They've been doing really well. They're not going to win the league, but they're doing really well, winning lots of games in Serie A as well. Santos, to get lost at Chelsea, needs to come to a club where you get chance of progression. That's a fair shout.
I agree with that.
I agree.
I agree with that. However, who they have, they're number 6. You're looking at Kante, who's possibly coming towards the end. So, there is room there for a number 6. Although, of course, they've got Kovacic and Jorginho can step in that role, no problem. So I agree with Les to a certain extent, but there is a little space there when Kante does go, which can't be that far away, can it?
Exactly. He's been a great servant at Chelsea, by the way. He's winning everything in the book as well. Champions League, Premier League, clubs as well. Great midfielder. Well, I take with Newcastle, probably not, because he's on the wrong side of 30. It's a shame because lots of injuries as well from Kante as well.
We could have signed him, we could have signed him, but Ashley didn't do it. He went to Leicester instead, but we could have actually signed him back in 2015. Amazing.
Absolutely.
Players that Ashley turned down.
Absolutely. He's French as well, by the way. But the players who are good actually don't go for it. They just go for complete unknowns, and it hasn't worked out. Some do, some don't. And Casemiro has been a great player lately. I'm a bit jealous he's at United. Wow. What a player.
Strange, isn't it? Everyone saw it. It's a bit like the Bruno story, isn't it? We all saw him as like number 6s that didn't score goals, and yet Casemiro's bagging them in from volleys from the corner of the area and fantastic headers like the one he scored the other week at, was it Chelsea scored at? Fulham, where did he score at? Great header.
Absolutely.
I don't remember where it was. But I mean, we never thought goals were going to be Casemiro's game. We never thought goals were going to be Bruno's game, yet he chips keepers, he scores from 30 yards, he scores back flicks. It's just amazing what Brazilian talent is.
Exactly. What I like about Casemiro, right? I mean, he gives us all, die for the club. He look after the team as well. He fights for the team as well. That's what I like about him. And he take bookings, but let's be real. This guy, he is a footballer. He's a footballer. Real Madrid would be absolutely gutted to get rid, by the way, but I can understand why they've done that. Casemiro and Bruno duo in our midfield would be monstrous. That's a title-winning midfielder there. And big up to John.
That's some midfield 3. That's some midfield 3, isn't it?
Exactly. Title winning. That. Big up to John and Toon Army and Ravi. Big up to Ravi, Liverpool fan as well. Thanks for your message earlier from Ricardo Mason as well. And before we wrap up as well, I'm going to say something as well. Bruno himself said he didn't score goals. Look at him now. Exactly.
Sure, yeah.
I'm going to exactly. I've done a film. I've done a film like I said about Macy. I said it. I'm going to say it again for the Billy and Gemma. Right. You might know about this about Gemma as well being troll, being bullied on Sunday. We know the person who's done that as right. Anyone that bullies Macy, Devils United, it's got a problem with me. Yeah. Macy, or the nicest lass on my channel or anyone's channel. She likes to help out people. And if you don't like what she's doing, just don't watch it. Simple as that. Just leave her alone. She's only 21-year-old, right? She doesn't need this at all whatsoever. So back off her. She is a wonderful podcaster.
I just had a word with Maisie the other day, actually, yesterday
did.
about it. And it's apparent and it's clear that the person in question that's got the problem with Maisie is a jealous person. He's got hardly any subscribers, whereas Maisie's rocketing. Maisie's producing great content day in, day out. This chap doesn't, and he's jealous of it. If you want to get to them kind of levels, mate, you need to improve your game a bit and not go around slagging people that are doing it. Get your own house in order first, mate.
Do you know what? I'm going to have a word with him as well. And I'm going to name and shame him as well. That's what I'm going to do. And I'll tell you what, he won't do it.
Well, I'd ask Maisie first because she might not want him named and shamed up because obviously
she knows who it is.
Yeah, she knows who it is, and I know who it is.
She knows who it is. You know who it is, but
but the guy in question needs to raise his game, and then maybe he won't be so jealous. Simple as that.
Well said, Billy. Well said. Well said. Casemiro's a quality player. Still got lots left in the tank. He has. Macy is amazing. Brilliant. Well, that's it. We're going to wrap up there, guys. Tell us who you think. I mean, would you take Perrone to Newcastle? Would you take Santos as well? Would you take Franca as well? James Maddison, would you take one or two up to Newcastle where? So leave in your comment section down below. And Gemma, if you're still here, can you tell us where you can find you on your socials, please?
Yeah, my socials all have the same username, and it's at Gemma the GL Summers SOMERS.
Fantastic. And do get Gemma followed as well, because Gemma is lovely and she can talk to football, not just Newcastle fans, but any fans around the country. And Mr. Trey, or the legendary
I'll
Mr.
talk
Trey.
to anyone. Like, I even talk to Man United fans, like, fan like I am now, you know what I mean?
Wow. Big bold shout there. Wow.
If I could pick this mic up and drop it without breaking it, I would.
You probably would, Billy. You probably. And Mr. Trey, where can you find you on socials, my guy?
YouTube on the Toon Review, most nights of the week. On Twitter, you'll find me at Billy Trey. Give us a follow, I'll follow back. But that's basically it, really. The Toon Reviews is the main place where you'll see me.
Cool stuff, cool stuff. I love you, Gary D. Thank you so much for Gary. And thank you for I Like Coffee as well, saying that someone's a United fan, and that is not me. Gemma, am I guilty or not guilty? Got to be not guilty, right?
You're not guilty, John. So innocent you, aren't you?
Thank you. Billy, am I guilty or not guilty? You can leave it to Paul.
Is Paul still watching, I wonder?
Yeah, he does. You're still watching this, though?
Yes, no, you're definitely guilty, mate. Absolutely, 100%.
I'm watching this. He doesn't miss a beat, Daddy. He doesn't miss a beat, this kid. He doesn't. And there's only one United, John. There you go.
I Like Coffee's got it bang on there. There is only one United.
Brilliant stuff. Brilliant. Listen, guys, if you like my video, like what you see, hit the like, subscribe. Also, give it a super chat if you want to super chat us as well. What channel's worth? That's cool. That's fine. If you'd like to become a member, it's 99p. Just drinks are in there as well. Do follow Billy Trey on social media and watch him on the Toon Review, and also Gemma as well. Gemma L Summers on her Twitter account as well. She'll chat to anyone as well. And instead of watching along for the England game tonight, not on mine, no, but I'll be on Macy's channel, 6:45.
There is on the Toon Review, though. I Like Coffee. There is on the Toon Review.
And also check out on Toon Review as well. And you know, Billy will be on there. I'm pretty sure. And
I think we're three-handed. We're three-handed. It was me, Paul, and Alex tonight. So it's.
Are you just wanting people to watch it all night, Billy? Are you?
Watch what all night?
Yeah.
You podcasting?
Oh right, yeah, kind of. Often actually, no. Last night was the first show I've done for about 4 days. So yeah, I've had a bit of a break and I'm refreshed now and ready for anything.
No, I just mean obviously they're watching you on John's and they'll be watching you on the Toon Review later tonight.
Yeah.
Wow. It is.
I feel like I've got a stalker, but it could be these tight trousers.
Brilliant. Oh, love it, man. Love it. Love it. Oh,
The way John said, brilliant.
We could go on all night, you know, guys. You can go on at because I'll tell you something, you know, I'll be getting all these big viewers as well, sort of thing, you know, but it's not all about that. It's all about keeping people happy, comfortable, like Billy and Gemma, are the two best guys on my channel. Paul, Macy, Tony, you know, a few others come on as well. And listen, guys, that's it then. But listen, I'll let you get away because I know it's 20 minutes past 7. Thank you, Ala Coffee. I'll let you guys crack on. And listen, watch what you're doing. And good luck, Billy, tonight on your channel. And Gemma, enjoy your neat as well. And what you decide to do. And we've got to get you back, guys, back on the game very, very soon. Yeah. And listen, thanks for watching this. And it's a goodbye. And take care. Away the lads.
Thank you. Bye.